Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another Yem Press um, manga comic review. There's not really a manga fully per se, but it is, a type of comic that they release in Yem Press. Now, before anything, if you have not checked out Yem Press, check them out. It's a great company that, like, now they're releasing also comics around the world. But they release manga and anime stories through light novels and stuff like that. So check them out. They have a great website and a great way to buy um, for your collection. If you haven't checked them out, there is a link where you guys can buy cheap manga and anime in my description below. Use that link, buy this book or other books. This one in particular, I personally like because when they do comics, they try to keep everything in color, and it really just adds to the story itself. I do realize not just that's just comics are made, but the quality of books is great. The glossy pages are awesome. It is a little bit more priced over a manga, but not too much. Not too much where it hurts too much the wallet. The other company that this manga or sorry comic specifically was made with was Tapas, and I believe that's where it originally aired as a comic. But Yem Press did a great job in composing the first volume, and we'll see if the second volume comes out pretty soon. So, again, check them out. My links are in the description below, and let's start with our review. The beginning after the end. Now, the synopsis itself is that there is this King Gray, who is very prosperous. He actually is able to do a good amount of work in his kingdom, and he is I believe he just dies and he reincarnates as a little boy called Arthur. Um, which now I'm thinking, is it going to be King Arthur? But anyways, Arthur very much quickly realizes that he has his memories of his old self, and we get kind of the whole story of him growing up into a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, so on and so forth in this volley. We don't see him as a teenager or preteen even in this story itself. We just basically see him being a little boy, doing little boy stuff, but also learning that the world is has magic, and through that he is able to um, practice on his own secretly, and eventually his parents find out. Now his parents is not fully shared in the volume itself, but they were some type of adventurers. And as you can see in these panels, his dad takes it up to himself to train his own son and basically make him a great warrior. Now, the mom is worried about what may happen and what, you know, danger he could be put on. But as we can see, little Arthur actually ends up having more power than he knows. Now, this is very typical Isekai reincarnated story. Little boy grows up and so on and so forth. A few things that I liked about this unique story is one, um, it doesn't focus so much on the pervy side when he's a baby. Um, he does mention a few things like it's weird being being changed by a stranger or to him as a stranger. It's weird that he needs to act like a baby because he is a baby. But in reality, he's King Gray or the memory of the King Gray from the past. Whereas in other stories that I've seen, it's all focused on, oh, my mom is gonna feed me, and she's gonna breastfeed me, and it's so cool. It doesn't take it that direction. It actually takes it a very more serious tone on how he needs to hide the fact that yes, he's a baby, but also a grown man inside of a baby. So eventually they argue through it, and the parents decide that it's time to get better training, and that's kind of the third part of the story is them meeting these new characters who happen to be also adventurers, and they're gonna train him, or they're gonna take him to a trainer. But these characters, they're like, this kid, I think he's 4 at this point. This kid can't really fight, and they actually fight the kid, which is really weird to think about, like they don't believe that the kid can fight, and then they just pick a fight with a little kid. Them being grown-ups and Avengers, sorry, adventurers, not Avengers. So yeah, I like the story. It's taken its time, and being the first volume, not jumping to 15 years later. Now he is this untouchable, powerful character. I love that they did not do that with this story. I have read very similar stories to this one. In fact, as I was reading it, it almost felt like I was watching or reading stuff that I've seen before. So I will say that negatively, it is very similar to other easy kais, but it does take its time. And whereas other stories would just take half a chapter of a character being a kid and then completely jumping until them being a 16-year-old or whatever, and missing the whole training and learning about the world and all that. This story doesn't do that. It takes its time, and it does a good job on doing so. So personally, I am very pleased with the story, and I would recommend it highly for you guys to read. So if you're looking where to find it, again, there is a link in the description below. The beginning after the end. It is considered a comic technically. I say manga just because it's by Yen Press, but um, it is considered a manga because it is um, not made in Japan. I guess it is made online, and even the authors you can see there, Turtle Me and Fuyuki 23. They even have like online names, and I think it's funny that they went with that to be on a cover of a book, but that's who they are. That's who they're known for online. So might as well, right? So, anyways, go check it out. Great story. Keep up with it. I'm sure Volume 2 will be out pretty soon. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach 5K by the end of the year, and I believe that's very much possible. So make sure you subscribe, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. And I'll see you guys next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.